Hello and welcome to Divine Unisouls 11. I am Divine Sunshine, straight from getting up. Spirits like go. We understand that when we're led to come on here and do things, we have to follow. I know this is the opening of the series Gateway. There's a lot of downloads, a lot of upgrading, a lot of bringing up things of the shadow. So I said I'll get on here because again, this channel also is saving for me. Ooh, two of them. Okay, is a saving of me as well, so as a getting to understand what I need to do with the energies. I know that pretty much spirit kind of tricked in some ways to say, okay, she don't allow for us to, or reading, sometimes she don't take it so well from somebody else, but if she's trying to find out what's going on, if she does it for the collective and she plays it back, it's also for herself. So with this channel, I always say this channel saved my life, and is saving my life, because it helps me to give me so much of clarity and understanding about this twin flame journey. I want to say thank you for those of you all that are watching. Make sure you click like, share, and subscribe to the channel as well. I've got a lot of light friends. Too, as we go on, I've got my tea. I used to watch a guy who used to have different teas. I don't know if he's still out. He used to have the drink. He's like, join me, go get your favorite drink. Things of that nature. I guess I'll say this is almost like, again, I don't like, say, spilling the tea, but again, it's just like taking that warm cup of tea and just really getting in touch with have a spot of tea. As the Eagles say, you have a spot of tea. They always say that tea helped. When you had tea, it helped to solve everything. It helped for you to really get clarity and understanding. And sometimes, you know, you have those tea. Oh, I must have broke the tea bag because I see little stuff in here floating. That's all right. You can meditate with that, and that helps to center you, the warmthness, and just getting in touch with those things. I'm looking at my hair. It doesn't matter. I always remember while I was coming down here, I said, oh, I should get ready. And I remember one time when I was dating the Catalyst twin, and I remember one time I was real sick. I think I had chickenpox, and my Catalyst soulmate or whatever had to bring me my homework. And and so then I was like, I gotta get ready. My mom's like, no, because he's got to see you in the good and the bad. Just go to the door the way you are. So he looked like, he was like, oh my God. So I'm like, you see me in the good and the bad or whatever, fresh from bed, but with a message. So this is Series Gateway. Like I said, we're bringing up all this stuff. And again, they're saying this moon, or this Cancer moon. Cancer, my dad was, whatever you want to say, a Cancer, was. Because he said, that's why, especially when I was there. New body, transitioned. Oh, okay. And we're really in search of getting in touch with home. My dad was very much a homebody. He was happy, you know, you have everything there. And he liked going out. Okay, I got you. He's like, I like going out too, as well. But his home base is that. Really understanding that what really feels like home, what's resonating in the heart. With the Cancerian things, are really about what really resonates and makes you feel like you're in touch with, makes you that comfortability, that really feels like I feel comforted, like I'm truly in the zone of really like feeling loved. And this is where it is we're attracting those type of things. And if there's some things are distorted, the feminine, I keep on getting pulled to do the feminine card. We need to heal when we're talking about the divine feminine energies. There's a distorted feminine energies that I've been drawing, because you know I look at trends, clear as I'm talking to you, that there is a part and a spot in the divine feminine energies in which needs to be healed, and is stopping this union process within ourselves, with the world, and with our person. One thing that they want us, and I'm going to look and see about this divine feminine energies, that they really want us to move into and move out of that distortion. That's a lot. Let's say clear, is this Lilith. That's really the shadow of the divine feminine. That's the shadow aspect of it. But I don't like to say that it's really bad, because in that Lilith energy again, which is that karmic energy, which is again that we say we got to do, which is those hard lessons, which is understanding. It says here, I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. So this is again, like I said, that distorted feminine energies, and in that distorted feminine energies that we are experiencing, we are seeing we are seeing that something about whatever it is we've been a slave to. And that's interesting. That I read on one of my on Facebook, somebody was saying that Texas wants to change the word slavery to involuntary bondage or something like that. It was like, excuse me, it's called slavery. This is again where we're saying about where have we, I'm hearing Grace say slave to the rhythm, slave to the rhythm, Grace Jones song. So some kind of way in the divine feminine energies, we've been slave to this hypnotic rhythm that has been going on in the divine feminine. It's again, it's ancestral, it's something learned, it's a pattern, it's what expected in the feminine energies. It's expected in the divine, in the masculine, not divine, in the masculine energies too as well. I was looking at a video, and a young lady from Black Witch Yaya, and she was talking about the energies of the feminine and the masculine, and in some way she was saying that for us to stop saying that masculine energies is like when you're doing again like masculine things, like I fix my car, I do this. He's like, that could be you in your feminine energies too, because anytime that you're in creation and you're creating things, you are in your feminine energies. And I said, okay, that's true. As to say, even when you talk about your masculine energies, it's really, to me, it's about that, what you're going ahead, and that drive, that motivation to go get it into the physical. So again, the divine feminine energies is more so internal. It's about the inside process and energy. I've always said about energy. My mom teased me so much. She's like, you say the energy so much. And I was like, but it is. It's about energy. It's about vibration. Period. That's what this whole world is built on. You know, the cellular levels, everything is energy that keeps us propelling. And so it is that. So I don't know where she had a problem with that. So anyway, that's her lesson to learn. But again, in the divine masculine energies, it's the outward energies that exert to make you move the things in the outer. So when we talk about this Lilith energies here, we're talking about, again, my voice, my body, my soul. That's interesting again too, as far as like the Roe versus Wade. Really inside in our spirit saying that again, what is it that we're saying yes to, that we really need to be saying the hellified no to? And that's the issue that we are. And so it's something about this, again, like listen to our soul voice, what's in our soul. Like my twin said, that it irks my soul, or it hurts my soul, or it's doing something of that soul there, which is that soul work. That could be, again, from the past lives as well, you know. And I'm learning also about the soul and the spirit, two different things too as well. Spirit being more clear, more pure. Soul has a lot of lessons that got to go along with it. That's why our soul comes to earth, so we can be able to rehabilitate and to be able to come better into our divinity. And that's when we're moving into more so into the spirit work. Choose the life that I desire to live. Also understanding, again, watch Dolores Cannon, and she was talking about how, again, everybody is like Shakespeare said, life is like a play. You know, it's a stage. We just mere characters on it. And I've always said that art imitates life. So again, what is it that we bring into the stage that we don't really want no longer? Is some characters and some things and some situations that we need to change the script on when it's called our divine feminine energies, because as she has stated, that we are able to create the world, and we got to get rid of this Lilith energies here, where it is of understanding, or move into the Lilith according to this. Everybody serves a purpose. This Lilith energies of understanding is my body, whichever bodies that we're moving in, getting more of a control to me spirit wise, and letting it from in so without, to be able to get it online to where you need to. I keep on picking up this number 3, the Trinity. And so this is where we are really understanding that we got to take a voice. Voice means the throat. It's been a lot of throat chakra that I've seen, and I felt actions going on, which is again a signal to us that it's some upgrades going on, so we can really find strength and power in giving voice, but also letting our voice be able to create and build the world that we want to. Rather, it's like putting up, again, boundaries, letting people say no. I'm not going to do that. That's helping to build your world. No, I'm not co-signing on to that. No, I'm not going to sign into that. You know, I've had conversations with people, and I was like, yeah, you understand? Like, no, I can't co-sign on that. I agree, but I'm not going to say I understand. To me, I've learned through life, when I say I understand, that means I'm standing under and I'm firm in foundation and aligning to what you're saying in your experience, although it is negative. So I don't say that. I say, oh yeah, I see. If I say I understand, that means I am, again, co-signing and letting that build my foundation as I'm going through the walk of life. And that's something that I don't co-sign to as well. So we have to understand that it's choosing. We're choosing the life. They want us in our divine feminine energies, again, to set the intentions so we can be able to know specifically what we want to start appearing on our stage or start to play out. So it's no more of life and being a victim. It's more so of being in control. And that's got to, again, move from the divine feminine energies, again, some kind of way being intimate with the divine masculine energies within ourselves to give birth to understanding a new life. Okay, so it's got to be that. That's why you have to have those two energies. Just like when you birth in a baby, you have to have both. So for some of us, I hear the baby in the background, that's a conflict. The divine masculine energies want to go one way and divine feminine energies want to go another. But we've got to bring it together. We have Kuan Yin energies for the divine feminine energies, which to me is understanding that I recognize suffering in order to release it, and curiosity breeds compassion. So we have to, again, understand that all of these things, the illusions of things seeming like it's not going our way, there is a purpose for it. I feel like, again, a couple of people have contacted me, either they got wanting readings or just talking to me, and this friends is not that so-called on a so-called twin flame journey, but they're on their way to their greatness, achieving their potential greatness or being divine in their own right, because you remember on this thing, after a while, the whole thing is everybody's going to be divine. That's what it is in this whole experimentation that it is, that they want to source, or the powers of being, not be, that's government, wants us to be able to get to. And so we have to understand that this suffering that's going on is almost like a vice grip until you get to the point that you're going to let it go. It reminds me of the story of a bear, like I had did in the community tab, and it was talking about they had shared for me a picture, and they had bear down. Bear down means to get really into it, to get into it, ground into it, dig into it. And this is what they want us to do when we're talking about this energy, is to, again, bear down into it, like feel into it. No more, let me go get a drink alone. No more, let me go work on something else to distract me. Really feel. I've gotten a lot of messages and a lot of things that has been shown to me. You know, I look for trends and patterns, and if they keep on flashing and bringing to me attention to the same things over and again, materials I'm reading and things, that is the message that they want us to deal with, which is again, to feel the energies, to let it work through us, to feel that sadness, to feel that anger, see what it actually goes and it takes you. You know, I was upset with the divine lover and divine love and expression, if you want to say that, with him. Yeah. Oh, I see when it happens. That kind of go out nervous and they kind of like, ooh. Okay, so we could be that. So yeah. So okay, thank you. So yeah. So again, I was upset with him, and again, I said, okay, let's sit with this. Let's sit with this, because I know I've been instructed even from the playground experience. You know, watch it, don't express. Even from watching things, they were saying it's not a good time to, if you're in anger, to speak in anger and take it from there. And so really going into it and really seeing with the energies, okay, really seeing with the energies that I needed to see what was going on behind it. And the more and more I digged and I bear down into the energies, the more and more I've seen it, it was going back to abandonment. You know, this is again, it's like, okay, now what's really, you know, really questioning it down. Okay, all right, I heard you. And so now what is that? And so now what is that? It was almost like my divine lover, which he does. He questions me down. Okay, now why you feel that way? Why you say that word? Okay, what does that mean? Okay, this is that. Okay, yeah. Okay, it gets down to the bare bones, because he got a psych background. Till it gets down to the bare bones of, okay, now what is really at the foundation of this feeling? Okay, it's abandonment. Okay, really, maybe when I look at you, your reflection, it's about me not being able to receive, actually, compliments, or really being able to say thank you for things that happens. Okay, it's not, that's what the really problem is. And so this is what it is that I'm finding. So with this Kuan Yin compassion, I recognize suffering in order to release its curiosity breeds compassion. The more curiosity, the more curious it is as to why I'm feeling this way, what is going on, where's this feeling leading me to? Is it childhood wounds or whatever? What's the thing, the meat and potatoes of it? Why it's not resonating in my soul? Why is it irking my soul? Why is it again conflicting or causing confliction in my soul? Is again, I've got to get curious with it, which means I got to question it down. And so this is where it is. This Kuan Yin spirit is powerful, but it is soft. She is a warrior. She's an Asian warrior. And again, she really embodies the divine feminine energies. And so this is, again, a way in which we're talking about how is it in our divine feminine energies, how we're really truly to express it. And to me, when I watched that video with Black Witch Yaya, it's like, get rid of the world stigma or philosophy or ideology of understanding of what it means to be a feminine energies. Anytime you are in the energies of creating something, again, observing, again, just in the place of being, that's it. So in this energies here, what we're talking about with the new moon in Cancer, this is asking us in our divine feminine energies to be able to just sit with, again, what it means to really be love. Compassion has, to me, is a love plus forgiveness equals compassion. That's what I think that the definition of compassion is. You know, if you're saying love plus forgiveness plus going with the flow equals compassion. Is not going against, or again, you could say love, unconditional love plus forgiveness plus the energy of flow equals again compassion, because again it's not, again, compassion, it has no going against. It's just, again, just like that water, it's just like, again, it's just an ease with it. And this is what it's asking us to, again, it's a part of a surrendering, and it's a part of going with the ease and flow of things. I'm being guided. I think I'll just do the divine feminine, divine masculine energies, and I'll use the karmic energies for next thing. So because I know how our attention spans are, and I'm going to pretty much go long with that one. Let me see what's happening with the divine masculine energies. What are we learning with that? Clear. What is it that this energy is, again, that this karmically, again, that it's the lessons that we need to learn? I feel these. There we go. In our divine masculine energies. That's a lot. Oh, where's this here? Let me drink my tea. Oh my God. I have fell in love with Earl Grey already. I know it's other teas in there, but I know. And it's just decaffeinated too as well. All right, so Hades. Somebody said that Plutonian energies is also a mist here, and that's interesting. Through fear, it initiates endings to things. So right now, again, in our divine masculine energies in the world, or our energies outside, how we, the materialism, the materialistic things, that power, how we show up in the world, our identity as far as our interactions with people outside of ourselves. There might be, again, the fear factor again. I think I did the video on that one. It's still at play. And this fear is going to be able to lead us into really, you know, sometimes I'm being instructed to even share this. It's like sometimes, again, we do things in fear and we kind of F things up, and it causes things to be more chaotic. That's why I try to make sure that I don't do things or make decisions that are fear-based, because a lot of times with me, it messes things up and it makes it worse. You know, it's like Grandma said about you stirring and it, and the more you stir it, the more it stinks. This is where it's going on. But it, to me, in some ways, is like somebody saying, fear is good. I don't know why I'm seeing Eddie Murphy saying that. Fear is good. It's good. Like that minister doing that one in Coming to America, that one. And or maybe it was him, or it wasn't Arsenio Hall. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. And it said, when you're fearful and you start doing things like that, after a while you're going to get sick and tired of being fearful or scared. And that sick and tiredness is going to lead you to endings. Some of that, again, that fear feeling, that fear factor that's in something, in these relationships or these situations, is going to make you come to the part of looking at your shadow, which is, again, maybe creating you that fear or that ego that keeps on telling you things that leads you into fear. Those things, it's going to start becoming the ending. It's like, no, I want this. No more listening to ego. No more of this listening to fear. I can't do this. Or no more listening to that family member that they're always talking about. Now, you don't want to do that because, you know, out here in the world, they doing X, Y, and Z. And, you know, they might not agree with what you coming up. You come up with some kind of little radical. And so I think it just be safe that you just stay with that job, because you know it's good, or it might be a family member I'm picking up. You might be in marriage now. You stay in that marriage, you know, because they good. You know what other people gonna think, you know, and and then after a while, if it's based upon fear or your decisions or the relationship or the situation, it's going to be taken away. This is what this Plutonian energies is going to lead you to as well, because they got the Phoenix, although I'm going out of order, because again, burn baby burn. The Phoenix energies is, again, you know, is that bird again that it was able to again to burn up in flames, but then again at the same time to reincarnate and or regenerate itself and go again and create a newer, more brighter, more brilliant version of itself through this transformation of the fire. I think of the fire, to me, I'm being instructed, is the flame of violet fire, which is through forgiveness about certain situations, maybe about this fear putting you in that situation. Again, the burning of the fire by spirit. Again, I think about that, what they call the Pentecostal and I don't know where that's coming from, but the fire too as well, which is the spirit. Pentecost, really something about that. I'm not familiarized with, but again, that flame of the spirit, you know, they have that heat that spirit puts on you. Is such a heat intensified that it's heat and it's cold, it's cool at the same time. That's that, like that white light of really purification of things. So again, something in this situation, again, we're being called in divine masculine energies to rebirth. So some of us right now through the month of July are going through this period of we are rebirthing ourselves, rebirthing the things that we have, rebirthing our identity, rebirthing how we have interactions with others in our connections. So that's another thing. This is interesting, and I just pulled the cards. I've been seeing this across the board. Everybody's been saying fertility. So this is, again, this is the month of July from my understanding. I've heard through, I think it's numerology, Carrie Samuels, if I'm pronouncing it right, and also Tanya Gabrielle, Good Time, and also K Moon. This is a very good time for fertility, like again giving birth to things, like even having children is good too as well. So the fertility, ego attached to manhood, acts absurd, well endowed. So what is it that, again, that we've got to work with, that shadow work of the divine masculine energies, that is something about how we show up as, going back to young lady, as a feminine. Do I need to act like I'm in danger and distress? Or it's about my hair, it's about my nails, it's about this, that. Is there something that I got to check at the door that, again, that I'm identifying with, that I'm connecting with, that is causing me to have a misidentification or being a little kind of schizophrenic or bipolar as to who I'm truly am? Because that's not aligning with what divine spirit wants you and how you're showing up in the world. So this is really getting down to the true essence of who you are. Is who you are fear-based? And I've even had to check myself to say, okay, you know, is this really a state of being we in, or are you doing this stuff because of survival? Because the world has taught us how to be able to survive, but it has not taught us, and it's not really its job to be able to just be, you know, and just in the moment to observe, to, again, like I said, in the divine feminine energies. All of those things there, when we're talking about divine feminine energies, is something that we have got to learn how to, again, to give birth to the dream and to be able to nurture it. And whatever it is, whether it's actual baby or something that you want to actually manifest. Let's not overexert, to me, again, because of that fear, to me, of being absurd about it. Which to me, absurd is like, to the point, it's like, this is what I want. Absurd is to the point, I'm not caring about your feelings. I'm not caring about how it comes out. I'm not caring about how you observe, how you want to, or how others people observe it. I said what I said, and that's it. You know, And again, but it's in an ego, straight ego brace, which is again fear-based. And so we had to watch that, because this is where, again, we have to, the divine feminine and divine masculine energies have to come together, become intimate, and again, to have that connection, intercourse, so we can give birth to actually a new us, a new form of us, this phoenix, this rebirth. And that's the way within us. And again, and how we're going to do that, we need that Kuan Yin, that soft, that compassion, to override and neutralize this absurdity that we have. We're well endowed, which to me is we're in abundance. We know that we are the bomb.com. We know that we are that bag of chips with hot sauce on it and whatever like that on there. We know that. But again, we've got to watch that we make sure that there's compassion that's being shown with that, and not going into that absurdity or the ego, which is fear-based. Next thing, again, when we're talking about is, again, in our divine masculine energies, is that we got to be zealous. We have to be having an enthusiasm for them. I think a lot of times we do things and we lose our zeal. We get into it and then we see things on the outside, or we see things, the illusions, and then we're like, forget it, I don't want it no more. You know, and that goes back to fear again. When spirit is just like, again, going back to that Lilith energies, that's when we go back and be intimate. We have that connection with our divine feminine energies, so we can be able to give birth to understanding that we can choose what are the players in the situation or the script that is being shown in our lives, and how it is being expressed from within. Spirit recreated, and I've seen that, like they have it on, I know you've seen that too on YouTube, where the man said, we're doing wrong, we try to create from the outside in our world when we're supposed to go inside and create our world inside out. And so this is, again, this rivalry, it says here. So when we talk about rivalry, to me, it's the spirit is saying it's a conflict with the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies coming together. Again, we've got to become, they keep on saying, we got to have intimacy with our divine feminine and divine masculine energies, so we can be able to have this intercourse, this play, this, instead of getting entangled with everything and everybody's energies on the outside, we need to get entanglement and engaged with this feminine and the divine masculine energies within, so we can be able to give birth to the actual stuff that we want to have. This jealousy, the jealousy to me, again, so within, so without. This jealousy that we're seeing is also about what we're seeing other people having. That's why, again, social media, sometimes we need to kind of stay off of that. We got to stop watching the media things, because they're showing, or even if we're listening to people talking to us about what's going on, this rivalry, that again, this is this conflict of the divine masculine energies overriding the divine feminine energies within ourselves. I'm turning it more so within. And we could also say, they say, well, no, keep it real. The rivalry of what we're seeing outside of ourselves through the illusions, what things are playing, is also causing this major conflict with it. And there's it's a bucking for attention. You know, do I go within and namaste and woosah and do my breath work and really feel and say that what's going on within me, that the divine masculine and the divine feminine within me is together and it has union with my person, although outside I don't see it. I see conflict or this rivalry, or like they said, this jealousy about what's going on the outside. Looks like when I see the divine counterpart or lover, look like they going more, for some of them I've heard people say that too, they look like they're getting more into the 3D world and less coming towards, you know, us in the process. So we have to, again, come to the understanding that there is a bucking for your attention. It's a vying for your attention. And a lot of times, I keep on looking at the other one. I forgot that's not working. It's going to keep on continuously do that until we become very grounded and knowing that, hey, this is what I want. I mean, that's their job. We have to get to it, and I know that's a helping me too, as I'm going and getting help too as well. That she helps me, the therapist, helped me to understand that you're not the only one. What you're feeling is okay. There's always going to be in this journey a distraction, showing opposite of what you actually want. It's going to be out there. You got to come to a point of acceptance. Okay, it's going to be times when it looks like stuff ain't coming my way. It's not coming my way. But is that really the truth? Then you go back to, again, where do I need to kind of set the stage internally inside so that it can be able to show outside? Let me go back and create. Let the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies, you got to kind of like say, turn your face and say, come on, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Let's us get together on the same accord, the divine feminine and divine masculine energies within, and let's go ahead and be intimate. And let's go again and have that intercourse, which means, again, come together and connect and create this world that we really want to see manifest on the outside. It's about sex, and it's about, again, coming together so we can have that combustion or that big bang of being able to, early in the morning on a Sunday, for us to really truly be able to give birth to this new that spirit is saying, this new identity, the new who we are, this new job or new home or whatever. Like they said, this is a real good time, especially with Cancer being in that home base. This is a good time for you to, if you want to do changes to your home, which is yourself, that makes you really feel good, or home, to make sure that you're being comfortable. I've heard somebody say that if you're not comfortable where you are, don't be surprised that spirit just kind of like pushes you and propel you out from there and say, no, I got to put you in a more space where you feel comfortable, because that also mess with you. I always remember even with dance, when I was dancing, it was like, you got to make sure that before you do a performance, you dance in the shoes, because again, you'll be surprised how we got new shoes on, the littlest thing that might distract you from really getting into the dance. Like my feet don't feel right. You have to get to the point that when you had on the clothing or even the costume or whatever, that it didn't distract you. Like, oh my God, this piece keeps on, this fabric keeps on, every time I make a turn, it hits me in the face and I can't see, and I'm distracted. Say, okay, now what's my next dance step? Or the foot, like some kind of way, it's too tight. I'm trying to make this jeté turn, or I'm trying to do this leap, and it's something about this, it's just too tight, So you have to remember that, again, you got to get kind of, again, adjusted to things. You have to make sure that, again, these things that are coming along are not distracting you from you truly getting on the path that you actually need to go into. And so that's why I say life is going to be kind of like that. You got to get that shoe on, be able to get into that rhythm of life, and with the distractions, and again, work through them, ground yourself into it, so you can really be able to prepare for this life, this divine life that you want, really moving into that heart space, that loving space, that wonderful sunshine and divine filled life that you really want to experience. Okay, I'm going to stop right here, because I know how all of our attention spans, especially if I'm trying to and get the millenniums, I can't do no hour too much on that. And I even see that when I watch and I do things, even like on the playground experience. After about 40 minutes, I see people start dropping off. It's like, you give me 30. But if you go into that hour, unless you like old school, we could go the things. But some of us got that, like, I can hold you 30 minutes and that's it. Okay? So that is it. That's kind of like my message for the divine feminine, divine masculine energies, what to do. You can go back through there again, they're saying, and you can look and see about that is your person. But again, I've helped you to really truly understand that, again, it's about this energy within, and us being able to get together and have that intimacy and that intercourse, so we can be able to give rebirth to what we want to create in the outer. All right, there. If you need to get a past life regression session, remember I got the 50% off. Go to AshantiWellnessCenter.com. If you need any readings to help you and guide you with what's going on currently, make sure you go to DivineUnisouls11.co, which is two different, I have two different entities and businesses or flow for you to be able to get your help, because again, I want it to be for the healing in one, and for me to do that, my spiritual coaching through my intuitive readings in another. All right, there. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. All right, so as within, so without. All right, until next time, love you.